Hi everyone, Colin Bell here on behalf of Halifax Motorsports, and today I'm going to show you how to reinstall a set of bearings in your motorcycle wheels. I just got these back from powder coat, which meant I had to, before I sent them away, remove the bearings, and now that I've got them back, I'm going to have to reinstall them. So with nothing more than a heat gun or a torch, and a hammer and a fairly large punch, you'll be good to go. Also, don't forget, if you're looking for motorcycle equipment or parts, consider Halifax Motorsports. The first thing you should do is clean out the area where your bearing is going to sit in your rim. So grab a piece of red Scotch-Brite and just gently go around the inside of that bearing boss to remove any excess powder coat that may have gotten in there during the process, or if your rim's been sitting around for a while, just any dirt and grime that's accumulated in there. Once you've got the bearing boss clean, just grab your heat gun and heat up the hub of the rim, not till it's extremely hot, but just enough so the aluminum's expanded to allow the bearing to tap in there a bit easier. Once the rim's nice and warm, go ahead and grab your bearing, make sure it's clean, and then position it perfectly flat onto the hub of the rim and gently tap it with the hammer all the way around the circumference of just the outer race of the bearing. Once the bearing becomes flush with the rim, you'll have to grab your punch, and then once again, just hit the outer race of the bearing at 12, 6, 3, and 9 o'clock, as many times as it takes to fully seat that bearing into the rim. In this particular case, the rim had cooled off a little bit and the bearing got quite difficult to punch in, so I just grabbed the heat gun and applied a bit more heat to the hub of the wheel. You'll know when the bearings reach the bottom of the rim because it'll make a very distinct sound, and obviously it won't go any further. Once you're done that side, flip the rim around and firstly install the sleeve that sits between the two bearings. As you can see, I've got the wheel propped up on some old 2x4s just to protect the lip of the rim and raise the hub off the workbench working surface. Now that you've got the bearings in, you can grab your dust seal. I like to apply a little bit of bearing grease to the inside of the dust seal just as an extra precaution to keep moisture out from getting inside and holding inside that dust seal. The dust seal should just push in nice and easy by hand. You won't need any tools or the punch and the hammer to get that all the way down. Do the same thing to the other side. And now that you've got that done, you can install your valve stem. I've got a nice permanent aluminum 90-ish degree valve stem here. I've cleaned the threads off previously and I've just applied a very little bit of red Loctite to make sure that that nut can't back off. Now you're safe to install your brake rotors. Make sure that you've got it oriented in the proper direction, which is going to be outlined in your manual. Make sure the rotor is sitting nice and flat on the rim. And of course that your threads are all clean before you apply the Loctite and the bolts into the rim. Next you want to run them all down just snug, just so they're touching the face of the disc. Once you've got them all snug, you can grab your ratchet and do your final torque in a crisscross pattern. Better yet, if you've got a torque wrench, torque them up to your manual specs.